Welcome to another Core Games painting video. This one I'm going to take you through how to make Sprue Goo. Sprue Goo is essentially just a melted down plastic frame. We're going to keep in a liquid form. It's got a couple of hobbying uses. But there we go, that's one I made earlier. But if you want to do it yourself, get a screw top glass jar. You'll need to get a version of this, methyl ethyl ketone. Tamiya make a version, Ring Stuff World make a version. The same viscosity as water is what we're after. Normal plastic glue will melt it, but it won't give us what we want, which is the gooiness, the spreadability. So get something like this. And finally, we're going to need some old bits of plastic. So it's called Sprue Goo because it's made from leftover sprue, not the decent models we want. I'm trying something a bit different. I'm going to try and make this out of clear acrylic. Taking care, we're going to use clippers and we're going to reduce the sprue down till it's as small as we can kind of get it. Smaller is better because it will enlarge the surface area of the plastic and it will allow that liquid plastic glue to get all around it and melt it nice and quickly, nice and efficiently, and we're not going to have big lumps in it when we go to use it later. Because it doesn't look like there's lumps in it, but there will be. Do be careful because it will shoot off in random directions like that one just did. Put some safety specs on if you can. Once you have all the bits of old sprue or flying base cut up like this, I've even thrown the dust in, that'll melt faster. As long as you haven't got any contaminants in there, it should be fine. It's ready to be melted down. For this, we're going to use our plastic glue. Now this stuff is quite nasty, completely clear, very smelly and very bad for your health, so only have the lid off for as little time as you need and pour directly in. I've used a little cover there to protect my cutting mat. That time I didn't. We want to completely cover and a little bit more the cut up sprues and see how fast it dries. And you want to securely tighten this lid in there. You're going to leave that for at least 24 hours for it to dissolve enough. We've left it a couple of days now. I actually added too much of the glue. I had to add a lot more of that clear perspex, that clear acrylic in here. That's one poking there. That white lump is an unmelted base glob on the end of this stick. So quickly, before it sets, I'm going to grab our miniature. It is different to normal Sprue Goo, so if you have used Sprue Goo, it won't act exactly the same. Thought that was a good one. I think they definitely cottoned onto a good product idea. It's not exactly the same performance as the Gore effect, and I assume that's not equivalent to clear. I imagine they've used some coloured acrylic rods, or it's not acrylic at all, it'll be a clear ABS maybe. But that's a very cheap alternative. That's not quite as good. Well, if you do make this version of it, please let me know. I'd like to know how you got on with it. See you on the next one.